They work, so it's like, so why would I want to use it, you know? I waited, I spoke to a genius about it. I was like, so tell me, I acted like my dad. Sometimes I go into a shopping experience. Well, every time I go into a shopping experience, I go, who am I today, mom or dad? And that will like decide how it goes. My dad's there for the ride, you know what I mean? He goes to the mall like for the massage chair. Do you guys know those animals they have at the mall sometimes? Like the motorized animals you could sit on, and I'm not talking about the stationary ones, like you can ride them around the mall. Have you guys seen that? So they have that at the Burbank Mall. This isn't sponsored anyway. But my dad, he's like, that's the same lady who used to work at the West Side Pavilion. And my mom's like, you're being racist. And he's like, no, I'm not. And it was the same lady. Anyways, we went on my mom's birthday. My whole family went on it. My dad looks at it. He goes, it says 300 pounds and under. I'm going on. I was like, yes, you are. Like, it was like a beautiful, it was like really cute. It was like out of a coming of age movie. Anyways, you guys had to be there. If you saw it, you would be scared. He said, don't go in the food court. I went straight for the food court. I don't know why. It wasn't me. It was the Unicorn. But yeah, it was me and my sister on Unicorn. So it was really special. I saw the new Deadpool. Probably should have saw the other Deadpools. I wasn't in it. You know, but Hugh Jackman, he's one of those people who has a face you'll never forget, even if he was nobody. If I worked at a coffee shop, I'd be like, that's a face. You know what I mean? Where he just has that, I can't explain it. I don't know. Greatest Showman, anything. He was in, have you guys seen movie 43? Yeah. You know that scene with his neck? Stop it. Yeah. The whole time I'm looking at his face. I'm like, it's Hugh Jackman face. Come on in. And it's Hugh Jackman everywhere. No, I'm kidding. Hey, even better, even better. Even better.
See my movie?
I did. You were great. Right. Save it for the stage. Save it for the stage. I thought it was funny when Ryan Reynolds would make jokes about, what's it called, Blake Lively being his wife. I thought that was so funny. And I wondered, like, how many times she probably asked him to do that. I don't know. There's no way he wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like, when Deadpool made a Gossip Girl joke, I was like, ooh, I don't know. I could feel in his heart. He was like, oh, I've been away from the kids too long filming this. I really need to throw Blake one. Have you guys seen that stuff with Simone Biles and her husband and TikTok hating her husband? It's so, but it's like funny though, because she's responding now. Like she's at the Olympics, like winning, like being awesome, and then she's on her phone defending her husband. She's like, leave him alone. I'm like, if only he could comment himself. No, I'm kidding. But it was funny. I don't know. Good for her. She totally slayed in the comment section. Today I got asked if I was British.
Are you?
No. This is, I'm, you guys might not know this. I'm from LA. I know. Keep the applause to yourselves. Keep it at a very LA chill, nothing. One of my favorite things about people in LA is you talk to them and they have like such a blank stare that it really makes you question like everything about yourself for the next 3 days. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's the Botox or, I don't know, but it's like that face where it's like, when you're just in somebody's way. Like sometimes in the bathroom, I'm like, oh, have a good day. You know, it's like, I don't work in the fucking bathroom, but I'm like, have a good day, you know what I mean? And they're like, I'm like, no, I'm just talking. I don't want anything. I don't want your Instagram. I don't need anything. I don't need anything from this interaction. I'm just telling you, have a good day. Yeah. My apartment is right by my apartment building's pool. And now it's like when people are at the pool and I'm like going inside, I'm like, do I say hello? One time I was by the pool, somebody offered me water and I was like, that's so sweet, but are we starting this? Are we those neighbors now? Am I gonna have, you know, like lemonade for my neighbors now because I'm by the pool, like I'm the poolside, you know, young person. I don't really fit into that role. My neighbors have seen me, you know, through it all. They're great. I had to tell my dentist today about my wisdom teeth removal, so my mother came with me to a cleaning. That was crazy. That was a bit much. I was like, the dentist comes in. My mom has like got 4 inches on the dentist. I didn't realize till they were right next to each other, and he looked terrified. He was like, how's your filling? And I was like, so much has happened. He was so worried because because they told me the price of it, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, has to be normal, whatever. I was like, here's a credit card for medical stuff, whatever. My dad calls me. He's like, it's scary when he's calm. He was like, "Do you have your credit card?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He was like, "Because someone must have stolen it and done this charge because you would never charge this amount without calling." I was like, whoa. My whole mouth was numb. It was crazy. Anyways, so now him and my mom have like this fun thing where she's like, haha, call me. But he was really excited to hear about the tea, about my wisdom teeth. I'm not going to get into it. It was so long ago. I mean, May, am I right? But yeah, it's been a great summer. I love it. It's so hot. It's disgusting. And I've heard scientifically it's going to get worse. So stay tuned for that. But this night is going to get hotter, and even another way, a better way. This climate is going to change. You're going to see another comedian come to the stage in this very room. He's so funny. He was so bathroom. He knows it's not him. It could have been him. Okay. It's not Griffin James, you guys, if you were anyone else. Okay. Okay. Our first comedian tonight. I am so excited to welcome to the stage, Sarouche! You got 3 cameras. Oh. 4.
You do have 4 cameras. I do appreciate it. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Appreciate you.
All these people got here. Some people got here really early. They're like, oh my God, I'll get on stage first. I can leave early. Sarouche comes late, gets on first. I think it's funny.
Here we go, Sarouche.
Everybody's good? Everybody's good? Oh, Kenzie? Kenzie's here. Mike Moody.
Yeah.
It's like a throwback. Everybody, I love, you guys were like the OGs. And then you guys, you're doing your things. And then you come back. Now it's Return of the OGs. It's fantastic. Everybody give it up for them. Fantastic. Fantastic people. Oh my God. I'm so scared of your shirt. It's just it looks like a baby that is not happy to be in a spacesuit. What does it mean? Like, what was...
Just a moon baby.
Just a moon baby?
Yeah, just your average moon baby.
Just like, I just have a feeling that like a parent just like had it too much and they put their child on a ship and then moon baby was what happened. We'll see. All right, not working for you guys. That's okay. It's okay. We'll move through it. I just got back from Iran.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a reaction. That's a reaction. Yes. It is. I've been writing material on it. I have been. Yeah. It was a wild time. I went because my grandfather is getting old. He's 85. And so I just didn't know he was, if this was going to be the last time I'd see him, so I thought I'd chance it and just go right now. So that was scary and paranoid, but, you get there and all the things that I thought about Iran were, like, completely wrong. Like, I thought Iran was, like, super conservative and everybody was, I guess... Everybody hated the West, and nobody wanted to be there. And it was kind of weird because, Jon Stewart did, like, this piece on, like, Iran a couple years back, and he's like, oh, Iran's great, beautiful. And then we did, and I watched it, but then, I'm also, and then, a couple years later, and then, I go back, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm surprised. And I'm Persian, you know what I mean? I'm Iranian, and I'm still surprised, which is confusing. Okay. Rough set so far. But one of the craziest things about going there is you realize that everybody deals with the same problems. One of the things that, going back after 14 years, everybody was asking me when am I going to get married. When are you going to get married? Are you going to get married, Persian girl? You should marry a Persian girl. And the guy that was asking me was, I was like, I threw back at him. I was like, okay, fine. What would be the advice that you would give yourself before you get married? And then his face got stone cold. And he said, don't get married. I was like, what's up with the advice? And I was like, okay, fine. Is it you just don't like marriage? And then he turns to his wife that's right there, and he says, no, I just don't like her.
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah, they throw it down in Iran. And so I was like, okay, I want to get her point of view. And I was like, okay, like, what do you think? Would you get married? She's like, yeah, I would get married. Just not to him. Not after that. So they got...
I thought you don't have a choice. You have to marry who they want you to marry.
No, you can marry...
That's old days?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can say yay, nay, whatever you want to do there. Also, they don't do that. They be fucking in Iran, bro. They be fucking. All the girls are really loose. Yeah. Not in like, okay. It's okay. I said something wrong. I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. What I want to say is that the girls date not to get married, but they date for casual relationships. So I was surprised by that. That was another thing that surprised me. How much time do I got?
You have 5:30.
Very cool. Yeah, it was just surprising. Like they like pit each other against one another, like men and women in Iran. So the way it works is that in Iran, the government has you sign this contract when you get married, and basically the guys have to pay the girls $100,000 at any time. They can just like cash up whenever they want. And so, you're not supposed to do it, but girls will like get into, there's this history has been in the last 10 or 20 years, girls will just like cash up right in the beginning and divorce at the same time. So then they cash up, divorce, guys are like, this is not okay. And then on the guy's side, on the girl's side, you sign away your rights basically. Basically, like if you get married, the guy has all control over you. You can't go over where you want to go to. If you want to leave the country, you have to get his permission. You can't even go to your family's place without it. So nobody likes marriage, and so that's why the casual thing is going on. So, little thing that I didn't know. One of the things that I find really interesting about Iran that I didn't know is just like how chill everybody is, it's just interesting. Like one of the things that was surprising to me, I was walking around and I was like, oh my God, like there's so much homeless people in Iran. And I was like confused, and they were walking around and my cousin's like, no, they're not homeless. They're just napping. They just relax. There's no rush. They just chill. That's what happens. One of the things that I was really surprised about is when they get into car accidents, the way they react to car accidents and the way that I react to car accidents, very different. When I get into a car accident, I freak out. And then I try and, be productive with my time as I wait for a tow truck. I'll be on my phone, reading the news, doing whatever. When a Persian gets into a car accident, they bring out tea. I saw a car accident. This legitimately happened. I see a bunch of dudes. The engine's on fire at this point, and they're like, oh my God, we can make tea here. And they take their tea set, they boil tea, and then they're like sitting there and just relaxing. I was like, hey, like, do you need help? Like, is it okay? And they're like, don't worry, we will do it later. After tea time.
Oh shit.
Right? Which is interesting. I just didn't. We have emergency flares. They have emergency tea sets. It's just a different vibe there. One of the things that one of the things I didn't realize is how much they love the West. Like I'd see people in like Celtics t-shirts. They were wearing Kobe. They have like Nike socks. Their Nike swoosh is on the opposite side because they make mistakes when they make fake they do a bad job of copying America sometimes. And so one of the things that I was really surprised about is how much they loved LA. They're like, oh my God, you're from LA. I would love to be in LA. I want to be in LA. This was their dream. And they were like, oh my God, like, do you party with celebrities? Do you like hang out with like all these cool people? Do you go and party? Do you do all this stuff? And I got really insecure about my lifestyle in LA because I'm really boring. They were like, oh my God, what's the first thing you do on the weekend? And I was like, laundry? I really like I like the way that the warm clothes feel as I touch them. It's like, I feel good. And they're like, oh my God, which celebrities do you hang out with? Do you hang out with celebrities? And I was like, the only people that I hang out with on the weekends are with my parents. They're really cool. And like my dad and I will watch Khan Academy videos for fun. We're pretty boring. And so, and like the coolest thing I do is probably comedy. And like I feel like comedy is kind of like a relationship with, and you know, comedy's a girl, I'm the guy, stereotypical. And I'm like, you know, I'm super into comedy, I'm committed. And you know, she's also committed, but like she's not sure if it's gonna work out. That's how I feel. She's optimistic, but she needs some more proof. What else? Okay, I think I'm pretty much done over there. Anything else? Any small things? I got like, I'm done, right? Okay, I'm done. All right, have a good rest of your night, and talk to you soon.
Where can they find you?
Okay, you can find me at Soroush Etadal, SOROUSHEETADAL. You guys are supposed to be like, I don't see phones out, guys. Where's the phones? You guys, I know you don't got my Insta.
No, but they posted. Right?
It's been posted.
Okay.
It's up there.
I'm expecting a friend request.
We're still live.
I'll memorize the next time.
Keep it going for Soroush, everybody. I like when you spell it. Every time you think about it, you're like, S. I was like, that's your name. But how you guys doing? Good? That's good. It's like a, I don't know, lukewarm. I don't know what I would call that. That's how I wish my pool was. My pool's really cool. But who is ready for the fantastic comedy of Billy Ramirez?
All right, can I talk last? All right, let's see. All right, what's up, everyone? My name is Billy Ramirez, and I am a middle-aged muchacho. And as a middle-aged muchacho, I'm trying to accept the fact that I'm getting old. It's a weird place to be because it's the end result is being old. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just, you know, it's weird to be getting old. So, but one way trying to accept the fact that I'm getting old is my sheer and outright refusal to learn how to text using any sort of shorthand or slang. Like, I refuse to do so. For me, it's proper grammar and punctuation or nothing, and that includes the Oxford comma. But to be honest with you, though, I don't do that just because I'm getting old. I also do that mostly to show off my communication degree, because I certainly don't show it off with where I live or with what I drive or anything like that. I don't know if you remember an old episode of The Simpsons. It came out about 20 years ago when I was embarking on my journey towards my oh-so-lucrative communication degree. And in this Simpsons episode, the kicker for Springfield University injures his leg in a big rivalry game. And in the locker room, Dr. Julius Hibbert tries to comfort him, and he tells him, "Oh, I'm afraid you'll never play football again. At least you can fall back on your degree in communications. Oh, dear Lord, no." And then the kicker goes, "Yes, I know he's a funny major. Lubchenko learned nothing." Well, that joke is funny to me, again, because it is said that comedy is tragedy plus time, and, well, enough time has passed, and the tragedy is a communication degree. Let's see what else is going on with me. See if I can decode my hieroglyphics there. Let's see what else is going on. I have unofficial pet squirrels. I mean, I can't keep them or anything, but I've been feeding some squirrels. And now squirrels occupy too much of my brain now. So what happened was, one squirrel started visiting my back patio, and I started putting out little dishes of bird seed, whatever I could find at the pet store. And the squirrel, she loved it. She climbs my back screen, and that's how I could tell that it's a she. And then I don't know if word got down the squirrel pike or she invited her friends, but more squirrels started showing up and making a mess and all that. And it was, I didn't like that so much. So I switched to feeding them peanuts. And they love the peanuts, and I love the peanuts for many, many reasons. Number one, they're adorable when they ask for peanuts. They come to my back screen with like curled up little paws like this, and then I imagine them holding a dusty hat and asking like, please, may I have another, I don't know what accent squirrels have, but. And then also sometimes they'll show up with like little pieces of trees and leaves and plants, so from their daily adventures. So it looks like I'm feeding just like this parade of squirrel trick-or-treaters. But overall, they just grab the peanuts and go. So they keep my patio clean, and basically turned it into like a squirrel Sonic. Just don't eat here, just grab your peanuts and go. Eat in your tree or your squirrel sedan. I don't know what it is, but the point is, all right, I care about these squirrels, okay? That's the point. So I looked up what I should be feeding these squirrels, and it turns out that feeding too many peanuts is bad for squirrels, okay? Because it affects their bone health. And I'm at an age where I should be worried about the bone health of my wife and children, but I don't have either, so instead it's squirrels, But the problem is, all these websites that tell you that too many peanuts is bad for squirrels don't tell you how many peanuts is too many peanuts is too many peanuts. And that's a problem. So every time I feed a peanut, I'm wondering, is this the one that's going to start liquefying your bones, little buddy? And I don't know. So, but I'm still going to feed them peanuts because it's adorable and it's food. But still, every time it's like, is this the one peanut? How many peanuts is too many peanuts? The point is, if you're on the west side and you start tripping over furry bags of squirrel soup, it was too many peanuts, and I'm very, very sorry. All right. This one's going to be an adventure. All right. Dang, I've only done that once, so I got to what's my jumping in point for that one? If comedy doesn't work out, I already have my backup career planned. Let's see. So I don't know if you noticed, by the way, I pronounced my last name at the beginning. I am Latino. Yo hablo español y todo eso. So I'm going to take that ability to speak Spanish, and I think I'm going to become a baseball translator if comedy doesn't work out. But I think it might be a competitive market industry, so I might need a gimmick. So I don't know, like maybe I'll wear funky glasses or wear a zoot suit or something. I don't know. Or maybe something more attention-getting. So something like this. Here's the idea for attention-getting baseball interpreter. So just imagine here is a reporter, myself, and the baseball player. Okay, so. Here we are with Jose Cruz, who's hit in the ninth inning, won the game. So tell us about that hit. José, díganos un poquito de su jugada en la novena entrada que ganó el partido. Sí, bueno, lo más importante es que yo tuve la oportunidad de apoyar a mi equipo a ganar este partido. Okay, what happened? The guy, he throw the ball close to my face, okay? Then I get really mad, so then I do a bunt, and then I go to first base, okay? So the pitcher really mad because I go to first base on a bunt, and sometimes that's an unwritten rule or something like that. I don't know. So then from first base, I look at him, I tell him, hey, I'm gonna steal second base. You better be careful, So he throw a bad pitch, okay? So now he's nervous because I'm behind him in second base. He can't see me because I'm not in front, I'm behind, okay? So from second base, like, I do a little dance, a little this. I go, hey, puto, mira. And then so I go to third base, I steal third base, okay? And then from third base, okay, I'm close to home, okay? I'm gonna win the game, okay? So what happened? I like, hey, cabrón, mira, pretend I can whistle. Hey, mira, cabrón, mira. And then I do this, and then he throw a bad pitch, the guy hit the ball, I go home, and that's how we won the game. What? That's basically what you said, dude. Anyways, this guy. Anyway, so that's my idea for baseball interpreter. So let's see. So now that you know that I speak Spanish, I have a piece of Spanish trivia for you about the band Maroon 5. Check this out. It's going to blow your mind. Bet you didn't know this. Did you know that the band Maroon 5 has a different name in Latin American countries? Yeah, that's right. In Latin American countries, Maroon 5 is known as Cinco Putos. And that's true because I saw it on Wikipedia when I put it there. Another band joke? Sure. Okay, how about this one? You know my favorite thing about the band Mumford & Sons? Is that we know exactly who to blame. There we go. That's basically the response that one gets. All right. Let's see. So I'm from California. I'm originally from the Bay Area, but I moved down to LA recently. And one of the reasons I love LA is that there's just way more opportunities to show off my español. There's more raza down here, you know. Whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, which there's plenty in LA, and I hear someone order something like a chicken quesadilla, chicken fajitas, chimichangas, and then it's my turn to order, like, I just cannot resist auditioning for a telenovela that nobody's shooting. Just all of a sudden, just, ¿qué tal? Preciosa. Doesn't matter who. It could be a dude. Preciosa. Señor. It could be at night and the sun's shining in my eyes for some reason. You know, ¿qué tal? En este momento yo deseo 3 tacos de carne asada, una torta, una peña fiel. Gracias, por favor, muy amable. Buen provecho. Que Dios te bendiga. And then when I'm feeling extra confident, I'll throw in some extra words like, entonces, por supuesto, crepúsculo, I don't know, whatever. The problem is I have this face and demeanor, so sometimes I'll order in fluent Spanish, and then in return I'll get a, okay, you want hijo de tu puta madre? Fine, sir, I will have some of that green whack-a-mole, whatever, whatever, and the queso fundido. But actually, it doesn't matter where, when I get a chance to hablar español, because whenever I do, I just go completely overboard, as you can probably tell by now. So, like, yeah, basically, whenever I get a chance to hablar español, I basically turn into one of those Latino reporters you see on the news. I don't know if anyone still watches the news, but if you do, pay attention to any reporter whose last name ends in EZ, and there's a very good chance that reporter is going to take every opportunity to celebrate the Spanish language, and that's how I hablo español, like a Latino reporter wrapping up a segment, something like, police don't have any further information on the suspect, reporting live from El Camino Real in Santa Clara. This is Gustavo Gutierrez, el mero más chingón, tú sabes, güey, for ABC 7 News. Back to you, Nancy. All right, that's all I had prepared for today. My name is Billy Ramirez. You can find me at billyramirez.com. And please welcome back Sam Linderman. Are we doing fist bump or? All right, cool. There we go.
Not here. Not today. Guys, one more time for Billy. Sometimes when you do that bit, I really feel like I'm watching the news. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm like on this stage. Oh my God. I was on the news once. It was the 40th anniversary of the song We Are the World, and I was at the Grammy Museum, and, you know, we were in the Taylor Swift exhibit, and they were picking like one middle schooler to go on the news. And I don't know, my teacher didn't like me, maybe because I raised my hand all the time, but Holly's like, you know, like that was, I was like, oh, one more thing. And can I go to the bathroom again? I know. And she put my friend Emma on the news. She thinks it's a Taylor Swift song. And then I was like, finally I had it. I think I just yelled, I have old parents. And they put me on the news. And my friend was sitting at home with her parents waiting to see her segment, and she wasn't on the news at all. She had no idea. And then the anchor, this is what she said, I remember it. She was like, what? This is what she said about me. What a well-spoken young lady. I'm sorry, girl. And I'll never forget that. I don't know, it was like weird. Young lady, I'm sorry, girl. This was like years ago. You know what I mean? Anyways, you guys are great listeners. You're an amazing audience. Love all of you. And who is ready for the very funny Lee Schwartz?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help I can get and all the support. I do. I really do, because I need it all the time. Every day, every second, honestly. And I was, no support at home. My girlfriend thinks I'm really not funny whatsoever, and I should never do it ever again, and don't do that. And then I say, come on, just one more little. And she's like, you don't say one more thing. And she's like, fine. I think you're funny if you just turn the sound off and you make those funny movements, and then, I'll laugh maybe. So just don't speak anymore, and don't say any, and don't try to be funny. I mean, I'm done with it. I've had enough. And so I walk into the room dejected, and then, I hope that somehow I get picked up, look for support anywhere, and there's my dog, and I look at him, and he just looks at me, and he's not an emotional support dog, but I think maybe he filled in maybe for the one that went close to me, and then he left the room, and then. But I do, sometimes when I'm get berated constantly by my girlfriend, I go out and do things, try to shake it off. And I went to the park, took my dog, looking for, again, some support. And my dog gets in ridiculous amounts of trouble. And I have to deal with it every time. And most times I really want to disappear when he does some of the things. Last time, went to the beach, kicking a ball around, has the compulsion to run and get the ball, pop the ball, and this poor little kid's crying, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I'll give you $20 for the ball, all right? Then I took him to the park, and now this is the worst one. I think the worst one he's ever done, actually. So there's a mom with her kid, having a nice picnic, the kids enjoying a hot dog. My dog decides to make a beeline right for the hot dog. She's identified that kids are messy. They have stuff all over their face. Easy snack. Way to go. Go for it. Went for it, took the hot dog straight out of little baby's mouth and went right down. And then he's going to go for the other basket with lots of food. Then he does this thing where he kicks back, and he kicks like dirt and stuff. So once he was done taking all the food away from the whole family, he decided to kick a little bit, and then he was done, so take off. And then, I said, I don't know, I didn't know what to say to her. I said, I'll pay for the hot dog. And she's like, well, she ate the hot dog. I wish I could do something for you, but my girlfriend's just terrible to me, and that's what it all amounts to. And what does it all mean? I don't know. Have mercy on my soul. That's it. Please understand. I'm imprisoned in my house. This is the only way I get out. This is where I go. Understand? And she looked at me like I'm a pathetic person, and all was well, and that was that. So. Didn't get support, but I got lots of pathetic look from her. Thank you. All right, appreciate it.
Has she ever been here, Lee?
No, and she never will. No. So, but this is a brief intermission, actually, believe it or not, because I was trying to, do one more thing before I go. I know. You're like, wish he left. But
No, you got time.
No.
You got time, man.
Yeah, but.
I'm so confused.
All right. I know. It's very, very disorienting now. You're trying to adjust quickly. I know. But if you get dizzy and you want to leave now, you can get up and go. Like IMAX, pretty much. Yes. You're feeling it. I'm feeling dizzy, So. But, sometimes I just can't get over myself on the things I do every single day of my life. And, I try to forget about some of them, but they keep coming back every time to haunt me. And, I can't shake them. And today, I just freaked out simply on the mere fact I went into Ralph's, and I'm just ringing up the food, and I get, she's ringing up the food, and I was trying to ringing up, then I was thinking, what is, she gets to the point where I get to the line, and she's like, can I have your phone number? And I said, phone number, yeah, you can have my phone number. She's like, to get coupons and things like that. And I said, yeah, you can have, but I don't have an account. I don't have one. You're not worth. It's not worth doing this. I don't care. And so I was like, fine, here's my phone number. And she's like, yeah, this comes up. You got an account. It's Carlos Ramirez, And I was like, I'm not that. I'm not Carlos Ramirez. I'm not. And she's like, well, this is what it says, And I said, I started to panic, not panic, but like, it was this incident of identity theft, and what's going on here? How could this happen to me? And I, I was thinking through it, okay, somewhere along the way, he got a hold of my account and now is getting coupons using my name. And then I'm thinking, wait, that doesn't sound, that's weird, And I walked out and I thinking, I have no idea what's going on, but decided to, give up right then and there, and realized that I can't even be myself anymore. Someone took my identity, and I'm pretty boring, so I don't even know why someone would do that. So I hope they're enjoying it. I hope they're having a good time on my dime, I guess, somewhere. But I just sit at home and do nothing all day, so they're probably maybe doing that right now, probably. And I'm doing what Carlos would be doing. And maybe I'm sure is anything better than what I'm doing. So thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. And you could see me at lee.schwartz.585. Thank you very much.
Lee Schwartz. But there's some dots. I just messed it up. Say it again. Lee.schwartz.585. I tagged you on Instagram.
585.
Yeah, it's the same forwards and backwards, the whole thing. Did you know that? I'm kidding. It's not at all. I wanted to say, I think your identity is probably the ideal one to be stolen. Was everyone thinking that? Like, that movie with Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman when she takes that guy's identity and he's like, I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? And she's like, I'm Melissa McCarthy. You are one Melissa McCarthy away from a real, I'm kidding, in the best way. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Everyone's life here is so stealable. And I would love to welcome to the stage a warm welcome back to the one and only Mike Moody. Woo!
How are you guys doing? You guys good? Yeah. Friday, right? Yes. They all run together. Yeah. Friday's night. This is great. The world is weird, but I don't want to do those jokes, but we all see it. Like, I don't know. We had a president tell us he was too old to get shot after somebody got shot. That was last week. It was weeks before that. Who you voting for?
Oh, Kamala.
Great. You ain't voting, are you? I don't know. Somehow I can tell. I don't know. It's No, I just feel like it's weird. I remember back then, like before Instagram and social media, we would never tell anybody who we voted for. It was a secret. But on the way to the polls now, it's fine. They're so drastically different. Before the internet, it was just like white guy, other white guy, and you like, it doesn't really matter. No, it's getting weird. I don't know. Trump had that panel talk that was talking, like he was talking. I watched it in live time. I don't know people who were a part of that company and that business and that organization. Bro, that shit was crazy. They were asking him real questions. He didn't know how to answer them. He just didn't know how to answer. I wish he, I feel like his first mind is to just jump the gate and just say something really brass just to get those questions off him. You know what I mean? He'd be like, I love niggas. And then it would be like, okay, cool, we can stop asking this question. Anyway, it's just weird. I have these new jokes. These jokes are old, but I'm bringing them back around. Anybody in a relationship? Great. I don't know. I feel weird in a relationship because I feel like when you do relationship shit with new people, you have to do you have to do brand new things. Like every fucking place has to be a brand new place. You know what I mean? Like every fucking place. Like every place has to be a new place. You know what I mean? It can't be the same place. I don't know, that happened to me. This is a real story though, but this was about a year ago, and I was hanging out with this chick, and we when you're around and your chick runs into exes, like there's like two different responses. There's like, it's like the, oh, like, whatever, who gives a shit? And then there's the other response where it's like, she still kind of like gleams from, like she kind of like smiles too hard and shit. That shit's weird. It's weird. No, seriously, because I was, you know what I mean? Like she puts my, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like the way that shit feels. I was hanging with this chick one time and we were at church. And then, I think one time we ran into like a random dude she had met before, and then she was just like, hey, and she was kind of cordial and it was normal. But the next time she was kind of like, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like, he really put a smile on her face. It was kind of weird. You know what I'm talking about? And less of putting a smile on her face, but more of like, you know what I mean? Like the index fingers into the mouth to make her smile a little bit. That's like he gave her a clown face. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of these, like. He's like, damn, I can't go to church no more. This is crazy. We gotta go to a new place. That shit fucked me up for a little bit. I realized that I was like, we gotta go completely new places. That shit is completely weird. Not the most wholesome place on the planet. This is church. This is not this. This is something else. I don't know. I was like, let's hurry up and go to this evening service so we can go back to brunch and like forget this shit ever happened. Cause I can't do this shit. That shit sucks. Relationships is weird, especially when I see older people get relationships. They just want companionship. Like my grandfather, he got married, but they didn't ever move in together. Like they never moved in together, which I thought was interesting. They just like hung out a couple nights a week, and then like on the weekend, like he would go home and she would go home. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that was because like some old religious shit. Like I don't know if they was doing it because they thought I was going to go to hell or something. Like I don't know if they thought they were going to go to hell for it. And I used to tell my grandfather all the time, I'm like, yo, if you thought you were going to hell, you already did whatever that is. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? Like, he's 70. Like, he's already done that shit. It's not new shit. I used to tell him that all the time when he was alive. It's really crazy. But they always used to do that shit all the time. And the thing about it was interesting because they used to, like, never spend the weekends together. Like, that's because my grandfather was old and he knew that he'd be damned to go to church and run into one of her exes. I mean, he would never let that happen. He's OG. Did anybody go to church?
Yeah.
Who said yeah?
Yeah, I went on Sunday.
Great. Do y'all go to church? Y'all going to hell? What's going on? I'm just joking. I don't know. I love church. I grew up in black church. Heavy burden on me, obviously, later on. You know. Even like my black friends who didn't go to church, I talk to them and they'd be like, yo, when I was young, I wasn't really religious. And I was like, cause you were rich. You know what I mean? Like that's not, the fuck is a kid praying for? That's crazy, a rich kid praying for? It's like, God, give me a second N64 to have upstairs cause I'm tired of fucking carrying this shit up the steps. Like who the fuck? You're a God who work miracles and you can multiply, Lord. You know what I mean? It doesn't work if you don't go to church. These jokes are very specific to church, those prayers. God, can you multiply? I know you've seen things become new things. It's real. Now, I had black friends who go to church and they don't feel nothing. They might pray for like health and shit. I get it, but that's it. There's so much other shit you can pray for. Rich people only pray for health. No. Going to my religious joke. If you haven't been to church, it won't work. New church is different than old church. I'm from the South. I'm in my 30s, so it's a completely different thing. Church is like too fucking cool now. Have you noticed that? Church is like cool as shit now. Like church is cool. Like the pastor's cool. He has a cool haircut. He drives a cool car. He has great social media presence. You know what I mean? He can tell you if your Jordans are fake. Like he's a cool motherfucker. That shit is weird as a bitch. Oh, that's weird to me. I don't know. Christianity used to be taboo. It's not taboo no more. You know what I mean? There's better like Christian rappers and regular rappers, and that's weird. I don't like that at all. But they really do They don't make church cool. Church is cool as shit. Everybody, when I used to go to church, the pastor used to have a fucked up, like, backstory. His backstory used to be ass. He used to be terrible. He wasn't cool. He wasn't a cool guy. He had just like a terrible story. Like, he had to give it up to God. There was nothing else for him to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I remember one pastor was like, yeah, I was supposed to be on the tour bus with the Temptations, but there were no seats left. And I'm like, that's enough for you to give this shit all up and pray to God for it. Like, it's crazy. It's not the same way. Christianity used to be taboo. It's not taboo anymore. Christianity is cool. Nobody's Christian, though, in this room, apparently. But it's just weird. It's just weird. And then especially when you have the affinity for black Christian church, because black Christian church is notably effeminate a little bit. I don't know if you've been to a black church with a majority of black, like a black church, a church with the majority of black people. I don't know. It's kind of effeminate. They all love God. It's kind of gay a little bit, just a little bit. Like how they talk about the Lord. It's a little bit weird. And y'all just afraid to talk about this. Like, no, it's just weird. Man. You're like, God, he sees that you're empty and he wants to fill you up and make you whole again. He like, pause, Pastor. What does that mean? You gotta have a better story than that. I used to go to this church one time that my cousin used to go to, and my aunt. And I don't know if you about old church, but old church, they have the choir walk down the aisle, and then they walk down the aisle, and then they'll sit behind the pastor or whatever, and then they start the church or whatever. And this church was like overtly gay. No disrespect, but I'm just saying. I knew it was overtly gay once it started. I didn't know what it was like. I didn't know. Like, they started voguing down the aisle. I was like, this is a lot. I don't feel like y'all are not old enough to understand what the fuck is happening right now. But I feel like it's just a lot. I was like, God, what's the... It's just weird. They started voguing down the aisle. It's weird. That's how I know that black Christians can't be homophobic. It's impossible. Who wants to go to a black church with no gay people? That music is gonna sound so horrible, nigga. Like, that's not even gonna be good music. Like, that's terrible shit. A black church can't be homophobic. You know what I mean? And people talk about homophobia or like what they're used to in church. And I see people talk about, like, drag queens reading books to kids in libraries. But they never show a black person who went to church talk about that. It's always like a conservative white person that's almost like atheist level. Because a black person doesn't care. Like, the only time a black person allows their kids to be entertained by a drag queen is when it's a Tyler Perry movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Thank you guys so much.
One more time for Mike Moody, everybody. Okay. Nobody loves the Medea movie more than my parents. Is that crazy? They meet people and they're like, have you seen this? And they go, that's a guy. And I'm like, okay. They get way too excited. But you guys should get so excited. This night is far from over. And let's keep the love, the comedy, the funky going for the Comedy of Kenzie.
Yeah. Oh, man. Mike's up here performing like he just ran a marathon on heroin or something. Just like, politics is weird, man. It's fun. It's fun. Hey, y'all ever wake up in the morning and just decide, not today. So you just roll back over, and then you get fired? Hasn't happened to me yet. Actually, I still have my day job. Just got off a couple hours ago. Actually, I'm working as a financial consultant right now. Yeah, I don't like bringing it up much when I'm out, because then people want to talk about their financial situation, and it's usually pretty bleak. Then I get sad, because it sucks to be broke. I'll just go on and on. Just like, yeah, I got $45,000 in student loan debt. My mom's getting older. She's not going to be able to work much longer. And the kids, man, don't get me started about the kids. The fucking kids. It's always the kids with these people. That's the reason they're broke, right? And I'm just like, well, what are you doing out right now? You know, it costs money to be here. That drink in your hand costs $15. That could be going towards the debt, don't you think? And they're like, oh, yeah, but I gotta live. I gotta have some fun. Right? I gotta have some fun. It's like, yeah, but like you're sad and broke. Like, shouldn't you be working on not being sad and broke? Anyways, young people don't like money. You hear that a lot. They like to say, eat the rich. Right? And it's like, how about eat a balanced diet? Fucking create a routine, something somewhat healthy, and get a job. How about that? Fucking young people. Sound like my dad. Speaking of my dad, real tough guy. He was in the army. Yeah, my dad was in the army. Hold your applause. Yeah, real tough guy. He says PTSD is just mental weakness.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah, I don't really know the science behind that, but I do know he's killed a lot of people, so I'm not gonna argue. He's got a bit of a temper, so yeah, maybe that's PTSD. Who knows? But yeah, me, I'm not so tough. I'd cry relatively often and use moisturizer. Yeah, on places other than my cock. Yeah.
I love moisture. For my face.
All right. Heck yeah, man. Me too. But yeah, I'm trying to do some things to get more tough, though. Yeah. Recently got a leather jacket. It's not working. Yeah. My friends just call me a poser now because I don't have a bike. One with an engine. I got one with pedals, but no engine. I'm also training for a fight right now. Training for a fight with my neighbor. Yeah, she keeps talking shit. She told me I sing too loud. I was like, yeah, but like, is it good though? And she was like, no, you suck. And I was like, yeah, well, those Girl Scout cookies you sold me suck. And then she challenged me to a fight at dawn. So now I gotta kick this 7-year-old girl's ass. Get my acorn badge or whatever it is. Gonna give her one of these. Hit her with the Austin Powers judo chop. Fucking bitch. Sprinkle the stale cookies she sold me over a corpse.
Oh my.
You go hard. Sarush said me and Mike are OGs. It's facts. Beat up little girls.
Hey.
No. Let's see if I can get through this one. I quit smoking weed, so I'm hyper efficient now. I read a whole book in a week. Yeah, one fish, two fish really holds up. Yeah, some solid literature there. Went from a first to second grade reading level in a matter of days. Major accomplishment. Yeah, but Zeus, he said, redfish, bluefish, though? I see why he got canceled. It's very divisive. All the Crips and Bloods taken to the internet. Just wouldn't shut up on Twitter. Or now X, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, well, I was diagnosed with ADHD as a young adult, and I'm not sure I believe it anymore. Because I was smoking weed. I started at 15 and I'm 30 now. It's like half my life. I never stopped to think that maybe it was all the pot is the reason I couldn't focus on my studies. Maybe getting high all the time had something to do with it. Sorry guys, this is new. I'm gonna keep it rolling for y'all. Oh yeah. So yeah, couldn't focus. But yeah, either way, the Adderall it did help. You know, did make it so I could read more good. That's for sure. I took it for about 6 months before quitting. I didn't quit because it didn't work. Quit because of the side effects. Yeah, they were crazy. I couldn't stop having sex with 400-pound women. You know, and then the porn, it was bad. They were so large. They were so large, guys. If they didn't have a thyroid problem, you know, I just couldn't get off. You know, other side effects were that they are early onset Alzheimer's is one of them. You know, which would kind of suck, but I guess you wouldn't really know. So, is it that big of a deal? Like, who cares? You know, maybe your friends and anybody who loves you, but whatever. There. Another one is tooth decay. Yeah, yeah. Put that little chomp in parentheses there for fun. But yeah, what's the point of working hard, you know, your whole life if you are a toothless monster who can't remember shit by the time you're 50, right? Doesn't seem like it's worth it in the long run. But yeah, so I saw a documentary when I was a bit younger about how workers in China, they were, a lot of them were taking meth just so that they could work longer hours. You know, yeah, I thought it was pretty sad. But then I realized that Adderall is just prescription meth, you know, and just like, are all high performers just high on meth all the time? Is that what it takes to get by in the society now? It's freaking insane, dude. Big pharma, they got it figured out, right? Take a popular prescription drug that's addictive, put a science-y name on it, you know, have doctors sell it and make $1 trillion, you know? Real good business model there. Real good, you know? That's why they're fucking trillionaires. All right, that was everything I wanted to work out. I recently signed up for a Republican dating app. Yeah, this is not Los Angeles material. I'm building a set for the Midwest, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. But it's like dating in a time machine. Okay, you know, it's different. It's different than the regular apps. You know, the women on this app have morals. You know, half the other chicks on the other apps seem like a bunch of like alcoholics. You know, like half their bios. Tell me what you think about tequila. And it's just like, you're stupid. You know, fucking. Yeah, no shame to the other girls. You know, no shame. You know. When I'm jerking off and swiping, I'm glad they're there. You know, I mean, they're all posting, you know, the regular apps, they're all in fucking bikinis and thongs and fucking half naked all over, and it's like, good for you, like, you know, just, you wear the morals, you know. Yeah, I feel like most of them just looking for a free meal and some dick, you know what I'm talking about, you know. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna work that last one out a little bit. But yeah, all right. I'm Kenzie Foster. You can find me on Instagram at Kenzie Foster. All right.
Keep it going for Kenzie, everybody. It is so funny when you're like, what did you say? What's it called? They don't have morals. They wear thongs, bikinis. It's like you had so many examples of what the girls were wearing. I'm just saying, it seems like you enjoyed it, but no, I'm kidding. Stop. You're like, it's so awful. Here's 10 examples of it. No, stop. It's so awful. Let me tell you about it. But you know what's not awful? This next Femme Fatale. I'm so excited. Okay, are you guys leaving? Are you gonna reset? I'm gonna reset the room. Okay. You guys are going. So good to see you. See you guys. See you. Okay.
Let's go to the bathroom.
Okay. Does anybody have to go to the bathroom? Yeah, that's what you guys don't do that. You guys don't bring your. We all got sit up. No, I'm kidding. That is so funny. That really, I felt like I was watching a movie where you were like on a date and like she went to the bathroom and you're like, with your purse? She's like, I'm on my period. Goodbye. She's out the window. No, I'm kidding. I'm so excited for this next Femme Fatale. Holly Starr, come to the stage. We miss you.
Man, there's been a lot of dicks up here tonight.
Right.
Right, Sam?
Ours is the big. No.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, you guys are a quiet crowd. What up? It's Funky Friday. Come on. Yeah. Let's break the silence. Shit. Thank you. I'm gonna run a set because I have a show tomorrow and just wanted to kind of go through it. Oh yeah. Tomorrow I'll be at what's it called? Comedy Boulevard. 8:30 showtime. Get tickets. You don't even know where to get tickets. On my Instagram, Holly Starr Comedy. I'm doing this set in reverse. That's what I would say at the end. I'm saying it now. All right. Good enough. Is somebody coming in? Welcome.
Very timidly.
Come on in. Take a seat. You're just in time for the first female comic of the night. All right, so do you guys know who Marie Kondo is?
Yeah, the folding lady.
Yeah, yes, the folding lady. Yeah, she's all about decluttering your life. That's kind of her thing. And I love her because what she says is, if something doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. So I got a hysterectomy. You have no fucking clue what a hysterectomy is, and that's okay. I always find one. I found you. You're right here. Let me explain it. Let me woman-splain what that is, okay? It's when a doctor removes a woman's uterus, okay? And that's where all life begins. So I'm really glad I didn't get that done in Florida because they make me put my uterus back. Am I in the right room? Yeah. Come on, guys. Because nobody's gonna control my fucking body, all right? That is just not happening. Yeah, thank you. Unless it's my husband when we role play. See, he pretends to be the government just so I can get fucked. I love it, man. I love it when we play Republicans. You feel me? You feel me, bro? He's like, oh no, yeah, no. If my husband's in the neat freak mood, we'll like do it on a pile of books, and then afterwards he'll burn them. Come on. All right. Well, look, this surgery was medically necessary, the hysterectomy. Now you've learned something tonight, because I had fibroids. They needed to be removed, and one of them, I was told afterwards, was the size of a baby's head. Okay, that's kind of shocking, right? I was like, a baby's head. Did I just get a hysterectomy and an abortion? I don't know. And that joke was not pro-choice, okay? That was multiple choice. Thank you for getting that. Thank you. So I don't have kids, and now I can't have kids, but I want you to know I'm perfectly fine with that because I thought, why? Why do I need a kid when I already have a husband? And look, he hates when I tell that joke, and I just did it. So I'll make it up to him. I mean, when I get home, we can role play, and he can be the comedian, and then I can laugh at the fact that he works so hard for no money. So that was for you guys. Yeah, okay, right on. There we go. So yeah, this, I don't know, have you guys had surgery before? Yeah, the night before is weird, right? Like I was in the shower, like getting ready. I don't know how you get ready for surgery that's down here. I'm like, it looks husband ready. I mean, should I be like bejeweling it and making it like porn star ready? And I was like, what is this, a fucking date? And then actually the next day it kind of was, because I had 3 doctors inside me. Yeah, and that was kind of a dream come true. Yeah, it was. I just wish I was awake for it, you know? But they did get it on video. I call it my first sex tape. Yeah, no, I'm perverted like that. But the surgery was this past January. And I was told after, do not have sex for a while. I was like, whoa, okay, talk about a dry January. Man, it was hard. I mean, well, nothing was hard. Jesus, I choose my words wisely. No, it was difficult because I couldn't have sex for like a couple of months because I had like really slow self-dissolving stitches down there. And what was interesting was they had spikes. So like, yeah, girl, I had barbed wire down there. And my husband was not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And he has a 10-foot pole. In his dreams, not mine. Well, it'd be a fucking 10-foot pole. It'd be going in this way, coming out my mouth. Doesn't he want his dick in my mouth? Weird visuals, I know. But look, it was a long time without sex, and at one point I was like, "It's okay, honey, it's like, come here, you can enter, just don't back up." Barbed wire. Yeah, I know. I got you there. Finally, I got a reaction from you. I'm working hard. Woo! No, but look, I mean, one more thing about that. It was so sharp down there. For anyone who's Jewish, that in 1 month I did 3 brisses. I'm hitting here. I'm making the rounds. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. No, so they took a lot out of me, man, in this surgery. They took out my cervix, my fallopian tubes, my uterus. Basically, I'm a fucking dude now, okay? And you know how I know? All of a sudden, after the surgery, I could parallel park. I was like, what? This is so weird. I mean, I no longer have my period. I just have question marks. Yeah. So many. But look, I was like, all right, so now that I'm kind of like feeling like a dude, I'm like, let me try some cologne, a little Dracar Noir. Just made me want to fuck myself. And dude, I'm not even Persian. Come on. I did that for you. Does smell good. Let's see. Oh yeah, another guy-like thing I've been doing is fucking brilliant. I stopped asking for directions. It's like, what is wrong with me? But no, I'm like, no, now I know exactly where I'm going to get lost. Oh, and then I lost my job this year, but hey, wait, don't worry about me. I'm good because now that I'm practically a white male, I'm sure I'll find another one tomorrow. Right, bro? Right, white male? No? Are you not white?
I don't have a job. It's hard.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm optimistic right now because I believe I will get better pay. So, and then, another thing I'm into, as in this embracing my dudeness, I'm kind of into football. Yeah, and pegging.
Awesome.
My husband's only into football. It's working out great. Thank you thanks for going on this journey with me. I have one last thing on this hysterectomy that's kind of like fucked me up. I'm lying a little more than I should. Yeah. Here's an example. Like, let me paint the picture. If I'm in a bad mood, all right, like I'm cranky for no fucking reason, I just tell my husband I'm on somebody else's period. And he believes me because he doesn't want to get his ass pegged. All right, that's my time. Thank you. Thanks, Sam.
Keep it going for Holly Starr, everybody. You can see her tomorrow at the Comedy Boulevard at 8:30, and hopefully here again soon. The funniest thing that I thought of when you said hysterectomy is like I was thinking how much. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. It's like how much weight do you think you lose from the hysterectomy alone?
I thought the same thing.
Are you serious?
Why her stomach is flat.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It weighed 3 pounds.
Okay, so disappointing. Okay. Okay.
Can we do a Q&A?
A Q&A.
Taken out. Was it like...
I was gonna say you could do it after.
Was it Da
Okay.
Vinci?
It was robotic.
Yeah, so it was a morcellator. Right?
Laparoscopic,
Laparoscopic, so
morsculated,
these-
constipated. You guys, I love you to death and beyond. But let's do it after Q and after. But really quick.
Never mind.
No, but okay, is it quick? Because it's
really
because
lose
it's you.
weight
I'm gonna let you talk.
Do you really lose weight after that?
They took out a lot.
Well, 3 pounds to me is. I could join Weight Watchers and lose 7 in a week, okay? Okay. My aunt saw Weight Watchers trying to lose 7 pounds, okay? I think if she wanted to get a history machine. Okay. But I'm glad we all had that moment, and I'm so glad you're all still here to see the one, the only, the very talented Griffin James.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for who stayed. I hate when people leave before you go. It's like, I listened to you and you were weird. And you're not even gonna listen to me? You're like bad and made me, I like smiled. You know how artificial that smile was and you left? You're weird. I'm petty too. I'm gonna hold a grudge. Next time I'm here with them, I'm hiding under the chair like it's an earthquake. Whatever. Let me take the negative vibes out, right?
Yeah.
Nah, cause I'm a good person. That's the problem. Like, I'm such a good person, and I know good people don't usually have to announce that, but I also happen to be special, so it's different. But it's like, I'm so naive. I'm like such a good, laid-back person, and I just assume everybody's a good person. So when someone's not a good person to me, I'm like, oh, you need to die. You treat me this way, you need to be killed. Anyway, I'm happy because my hair grew back. I was going bald, and I got on the hair medication, and it's worked wonders for me. And I had a friend convincing me like not to. I don't know if you guys have a friend like this. Like, I got a friend, he's anti big pharma and little pharma and all that. He was like, dude, if you get on these hair pills, I heard one of the main side effects is depression. I was like, don't worry, they got pills for that too, so I'm good. He was like, it's worse. I heard one of the side effects of the depression pills is sometimes your penis stops working. I said, I'm about to blow your mind. They got pills for that too. He's like, dude, it's even worse. The main side effect of the penis pills is hair loss. You're stuck in a cycle of medication, bro. So I had to pick 2 powers. That's how it worked. Went for the full head of hair and the full erection. It's crazy because I got my hair back and I'm like so handsome and whatever and amazing, but like in my soul I still feel bald. I'm like in the bald closet, you know? I was with my girlfriend and some of her girlfriends, platonic. I'm not that lucky. Right, fellas? And one of her girlfriends were like bashing this guy that asked her out. She's like, yeah, I'd never go out with him. He's bald. And it like something, I forgot I had my hair. And I was like, well, you're shallow. He doesn't need you. She's like, why do you care? But if I disparage a bald guy, I was like, never mind. But you wouldn't deserve me if I was bald. Anywho, been chilling with my guy friends. I grew up on that, so I love it. I still love it. I still love hanging with men. It's just freaking fun. It's just fun. It's just good vibes, and it's like I also have enough friends, which is like such an amazing place to be in, where I have like 8 like real friends, and I'll just ride these out. Like, I'll just keep these until I alienate them or they die, and then when I'm out, I'll start fishing. And that's just how it goes. See a man fishing at the dock? He had friends once. Who do you think taught him to fish? So that's what I'll do. And I like hanging out with them because, like, men, for the ladies in here, we either talk about the meaning of life or the dumbest shit of all time. Like, I was having a debate with my friends, is it illegal to have a boner in public? And we weren't plotting or anything, but it was just like, we're not, don't worry. It's not going to be on the news. But I'm curious, because it's like, in theory, like, if you saw a guy with loose basketball shorts, hard as a rock, that feels wrong. Like, you shouldn't. But it's a legal gray area. So, like, you can have a boner in public, but you can't threaten someone with it. You can't brandish the boner. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go into a bank with a boner, you're a weirdo. Second you put the ski mask on, it's a Class A felony. And it's because you're trying to rob the bank with your boner. You get it. The teller's a man. He's like, oh, take it all. But yeah, it's like, so, like, if you're not bothering anyone, you can have it. Like, it's kind of it's kind of like guns. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to pick and choose where to have it out. Like, you can open carry, but if you open carry at the mall, it's going to cause a scene. So don't do that. Oh, God, what the fuck am I talking about? Happy Friday. What a Friday night. We're all such weirdos. I drive over here, I'm like, oh, God. Be with all these weird people, but I'm weird, so I'm like, this is fine. The guys that left, not you guys. Yeah, I'm just up here for the attention at this point. I just like attention. We all do. I've always liked it. I ran for student body president in high school. I ended up winning. I found out after the fact it was like a popularity contest. I guess I don't know, because I just like live my life and people follow behind me or whatever. It's stupid, but I got impeached. I got impeached as student body president because I had a podium, like in the student body classroom, and my girlfriend was in the class and she would give me massages at the podium. I got impeached for that. They said it was too far. But what's kind of crazy about it is I was in U.S. history that year, and so when we got to the unit where we talked about Bill Clinton, I was like, oh, I could have gone way farther. I didn't go farther enough. Could have got some top. Do you guys know that term? A little top never hurt nobody. But yeah, got impeached. Shit was crazy. Said I lied. Lying's evil. I don't lie. I just made promises and didn't follow through. Like that's what politicians are supposed to do, right? That's what I thought. This is probably on me, but I'm lucky because I'm kind of immune to criticism because I have a really supportive mom. So like no matter what happens, my mom's got my back and we can spin it no matter what. Like I could drunk drive and hit a woman walking with the stroller and my mom would be like, that baby should have been asleep. Too dark. What if the baby lived and the mom? What if I just hit the mom and then the baby like gently careened into... Okay. I remember when I got impeached, this girl stood up and gave this whole crazy speech against me that I barely knew. And she just like went in on me and said like, yeah, he gets massages and he's always playing games on his phone. And it embarrassed my girlfriend and she ran out crying. And it's like, you can hurt my feelings, but you hurt someone I love's feelings. And that really upset me. So after class, I confronted this girl and I was like, no one cares about you. You're like the fringe girl in your friend group. No one's taking you to prom. Like, you're just the worst. And you know it deep down because truly a miserable person would stand up and give the kind of speech you did. Like, deep down you're hurting and I see it. And it's not going to get better because you're this kind of person. And she cried hard. And I felt so guilty. I was like, oh, I should not have done that. And then I went home and I told my mom the situation. Like this girl gave me a speech, gave a speech. And then my mom cut me off and she was like, she sounds like a freak. I was like, way ahead of you, Mom. We took care of it. Took care of that shit. Bear with me. Oh, that's fun. That's funny. Oh, this is Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm just reading something funny I wrote, but don't worry about it. Oh yeah. Okay, I wanted to tell you guys about this. This is great. So I put out a really trustworthy vibe to people. Like, people feel really comfortable saying stuff around me, and it's getting to the point where it's getting bad because, like, I'm so trustworthy. Like, white guys say the N-word around me. It's terrible. I don't condone it at all. I'm like, yo, would you say that if a stylish Asian dude was here? That's their word. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. Because, like, they say that, and they shouldn't. That's the joke. It's like a misdirection. That's like one of the basic words. So there's like setup, punchline, tag, misdirection, attitude, all that. Okay, I'm done.
Griffin James, everybody! So that is the end of our live stream. We do have one more performer. So if you love us, if you love watching, here's an incentive to come in person. You never know what you're gonna get. But let's give it up one more time for Jason Ham, our producer. And keep it going for all of you. I hope you have an amazing weekend. As I said to the guy at the gas station, I said, don't do anything I would do, I'm kidding! And he loved it. So I send you with that. Peace, love. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, probably soon to be more than that, honestly. So that's all I'm saying. Love you, good night. America!